I received my PhD from Tulane University in the southern United States. Majoring in cognitive psychology, I studied reading development and dyslexia, which I continued to pursue in a postdoc at the University of Minnesota, then a research professor position at Tufts University in Boston, focusing on interventions. My time at NIE has focused on biliteracy development, that is, learning to read in two languages or scripts. And I've been engaged in studies in CRCD and with Cradle at NTU, collaborating on projects using neuroimaging techniques to study reading by bilingual adults and children. GIBBER is a longitudinal study following children over 2 years in school to evaluate their growth in bilingual proficiency, how they process English in their mother tongue. It covers groups of kindergartners, early primary and middle primary schoolers. We develop language assessments for the Singapore contexts, and we assess language skills broadly, from oral, receptive, and expressive language skills to literacy skills. The importance of the longitudinal study is that we can get a better idea of how children learn over time, and bilingual skills take years to develop. Most previous studies taken at one time point only gives a snapshot of their skill levels, so this is the first extensive look into their growth over 2 grade levels. And it's the first of this type of study to examine all 3 groups of bilingual children in Singapore: English Chinese, English Malay, and English Tamil speakers. From this design, we can say something more about possible causal relationships between language skills, cross-language influences, and factors from the home or classroom that might impact bilingual growth. Another piece of this project is a study on low-progress learners to see what additional skills, such as memory or verbal retrieval skills, might play a role in challenges that these children face with acquiring mother tongue language. From these studies, we hope to provide useful information to educators and parents about children's bilingual learning journey and potential ways to support them. Self-efficacy is built from one's achievements. You have to feel success before you believe or have confidence that you can do something well. So teachers can help students feel success by knowing their skill levels and tailoring lessons so that the child can find some success in the tasks that they are given. This doesn't mean simplifying the tasks for everyone, but finding the child's zone of proximal development where they may need some structure to help or guide them to produce the targeted outcome. For example, teachers can model how language is used for the students and then allow the students to respond following their model. Also allowing students to use whatever resources they have to communicate their response or their knowledge. In some cases, this might even mean language mixing. Here, the teacher can offer scaffolding to help the child learn new vocabulary in the target language. Also, we had observed that teachers sometimes do not give children enough time to respond. So allowing children the time, space, and support to speak and use the targeted language or languages is one core strategy to help children feel safe to try out using the language they are learning. Okay, my advice is to find something you're passionate about, not just mildly interested in. For example, when you read papers or articles or posts, what topics intrigue you enough to want to find out more? This interest will motivate you to dig deeper and to sustain the long path needed to finish your higher level degree. For me, I dabbled in various topics before my PhD, for example, dynamical systems theory. But I was always deeply interested in the reading acquisition process and why some individuals struggle with this, as in cases of dyslexia. Though there's a lot of research on this topic, there are still things we don't know about how to best support such children with their learning. For example, when I worked in a multi-site dyslexia intervention study in the US and Canada, we found children with language proficiency issues that could also benefit from our intervention approach. This led me to want to find out more about learning to read in multiple languages and different scripts. And working in Singapore has been an ideal setting for pursuing research in this area. This topic also allows me to directly link with practitioners, teachers, and specialists, and contribute information they might find useful for their daily practice. So the message I would have is, let your passion lead you in your career path.